So today is going to be a review on the plants to see how the grow lights are going and the fogger. So first thing I want to talk about is I've had some questions about how I get up there to deal with the plants because I have such a bad back. So I want to show you this little ladder right here, and it's called a gorilla ladder, and it's great. It's like standing on the floor when you get to the top, and I would recommend it for anybody, especially people for the kitchen. It's great. Sometimes when I do dishes and I cook, I can barely stand long enough to get it done. So I use this part right here as a seat, and I sit there and I do the dishes, or I sit there and cook. My biggest problem is chopping food up or doing the dishes. It just takes too long, and then I end up in a lot of pain. So that definitely is a game changer. And my husband got me one. This is the smaller one, and it, like I said, it really helps. And then I have a bigger one for the room that I'm redoing, and I can touch the ceiling and stand up there. And I mean, standing for lengths of time, it's painful, but it doesn't hurt me as bad as it would if I'm standing on a ladder. So let's get with all this. So as you can see, the tropical plant, it's doing really well. And you can see the others in back here. It's all coming up. It's looking good. And this light right here has really done a great job for it. I do have to turn it on a regular basis so that way it all can get light really well. But other than that, it's great. The fogger, it's actually a reptile fogger, and if you guys have been with the video anytime, you know that when we got it, this runs up, you fill it with water, it's set with a timer, it runs up and over, and as you can see, right to there to the plants. And it's amazing. So here is my Nepenthes, and this is called a pitcher. And as you can see, she's doing great. I got some more babies starting. In the back, you can see a baby starting back there. I got babies starting on this one. And looky here, friends. Looky at that. Ooh, she's a big girl. Definitely happy with that. You can normally keep these plants alive, and you can see it's misting. So you normally can keep these plants alive pretty easy. It's the pitchers. So if your pitcher isn't getting what it really needs, you're not going to, or if your Nepenthes is not going to get what it needs, then what it does is it doesn't produce pitchers. So apparently I'm doing something right. This is my first time. The lights are on, and it seems pretty happy. Of course, it's got a pitcher, so I'm happy with this. My husband and I are both ecstatic, and you can see I changed out the pan. I washed the other one. I got in 2 in a pack, and I told you all that I would be changing this out. And as you can see, the water is just below the top of those caps. Nepenthes does not like to sit in water. That is one thing that I have read about and understand. But what they do like is to be in humidity. And so that's what the water down here is for. And that's what the misting is for, to keep up the humidity. And then I spray them with a mixture for their food. And when they get a little bigger, I got pellets to feed them. So, and they'll catch their own bugs and what have you. So here's my tree. She's doing great. I had to step way back because it is getting huge. There she is. And that light up there, it's doing wonders. I had to turn her because she was going completely towards the window. So I wanted to turn her to get her straight again. And so that's the reason for all the leaves out here. As you can see, I mean, even the walk space is going to be pretty tough to get through. But seems to be happy. I don't see any more new on it, and that might be because it's winter. I read where their growing season, is over usually in the wintertime, and then it'll just pick back up in spring. So, and if I've done everything correctly, and well, I can't say that because they said sometimes it takes up to 2 years, but hopefully I'll get some lemons starting come March. So the aloe plant is doing great. You can see all the babies. It's growing. It seems happy. I won't move it because it's happy. That's just, yeah. I'm not going to use this plant for any kind of medical purposes or anything. I'm enjoying the fact that I have it. This is the first time I've gotten an aloe to really grow, and I'm extremely happy. Look at all those babies. And in the wintertime too. So, my chicken and hens, henny bennies, they're doing great. You can see all the babies sticking out. Look at all those little babies. So we're hoping that it'll survive. And if it does, we know what we got to do every year. Bring it in the house. I mean, I've seen people in Ohio have chicken and hens, henny bennies, outside, and they survive. But here, for some reason, it doesn't get as cold as it does in Ohio here, and I can't get it to, survive outside. So anyways, that's sitting there. I didn't water it this week. I didn't water this one this week. And, but I did water this, and it's still doing good. There is some areas, like I said the last video, I really think that these plants, the ones that had died out, are actually just temporary plants. They only survive for like a few seasons, and then they die off, and then they come back every year. So hopefully it'll come back come spring. If not, well, we'll do something with the plant outside. And as you can see, I told you guys that it's a wrapper. It likes to wrap around things. So definitely a plant that I have to constantly unwrap off of stuff because it's a climber. And I really don't know what kind of plant this is. but I don't care. I used to bring weeds from outside in the house when I was a kid and grow them, so I'm not particular. Come on, there it goes. It really does not like to be unwrapped. So what I've been doing is just kind of moving it around. And then next week it'll be back over there again, which is fine. So, here's my mother-in-law's tongue, my snake plant. I don't know the technical name for it, but it's doing really good. I watered it this week. This is another plant that does not like to be watered all the time. Maybe once a month, just a little bit. But you can see it's doing good, it's healthy. I still don't like the curled leaves, but it seems like it's straightening itself out. So if I come up here, I'll try to get a little closer. You can see that it's doing good. My spider plant's got a bunch of babies. I'll probably give a lot of those babies away. But it's doing good up there since the transition from the one window over to here. And then, of course, here's my pothos. I still got to fill in the middle part, but it's doing good. It's actually finally settling down and getting back to where it needs to be. Here's my spider plant, my other one, and it is starting to do really well there. And you can see the big babies, so it's doing really well. And then of course this pothos loves it up there. You can see how long it's getting, and it's starting to wind itself in. And then, of course, the base of everything, I call it the base of operations, right here. A lot of timers. So that's it. That's the review. What do I think about the grow lights? They're doing great. They're doing their job. I'm really pleased. This one was $140, I think, or $199. I think it was $199. This was my most expensive one. These were only like $20 for two, and they're doing great. The one up here was, I think, $30 or $40, something like that, and it's doing great. And then the one over here, I think, was like 15 bucks. So, with everything that I've told you, you can definitely see grow lights work. You know, and we do have this one right here to get a little added extra light right here. But grow lights work, and I'm pleased with it. So we'll do another review next week on my plants, but you can see something outside was eating my plant, my tree. So I'm glad it's in the house now. And you can see it's been watered. You can see it's got plastic. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But I got plastic around it. It helps protect the barrel, because that's a real barrel. And you can see look at those thorns. Whew. My Doberman tried to mess with this plant. She did a lot of yelping, and she left it alone. She'll never touch it again. I had to make sure she was okay, and she was. But I think she learned her lesson. Was not very pleased with Mommy, because I wanted her to learn. She's hard-headed. And so she got a hold of the plant, and the plant got a hold of her. So I made sure she was okay, and the vet told me to do it that way, so that's what I did. She hasn't touched it since. The plant has a right to live too. So hopefully here pretty soon we'll get some oranges. And if you haven't seen any of my videos, this is an orange / lemon tree. And let me rephrase what I said earlier. I won't be getting oranges, I'll be getting lemons. It's like a hybrid, disease resistant, fast grower. In fact, I got it from fastgrow.com, fastgrow.com, something like that. I'll post it in my thing. And they were right. It's very hardy. It's doing great. And yeah. So, okay, friends. As you can see, let's get one more good look at this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, friends. Until next video. Bye.